An Illinois priest has threatened to call the police on a woman unless she wears a mask upon entry to the church. Can we even call this a church at this point? We're going to get into the full details of this story, guys. Before I go any further, I got to give a special shout out here to Roberto, who recently became a $5 patron, helping to support the channel. Thank you much, sir. You are awesome. I appreciate the support. And guys, if you enjoy what I do here, you would like to help support for as little as $5 a month, you could do so. Patreon.com/conservative truth. That link in the description. What else does it get you? Well, access to over 25 exclusive podcasts where I talk more about sensitive information. You get the alerts for anything that goes out on a Patreon, including, like I mentioned, exclusive content you are not going to find here on YouTube. Now, speaking of YouTube, you're not going to get the alerts for anything that I put out there because YouTube doesn't like me, but I know you guys like me. So when you get done watching me here, browse back to check what you missed. Please like this video, share it, hit the bell, subscribe, and I wear the glasses because I'm blind. So, Illinois, Northbrook, Illinois to be exact, Cook County. We're talking about the St. Norbert Parish. The priest here by the name of Christopher Gustafson. Now, he's been in a little bit of a, you could say a confrontation with one of the members of the church there by the name of Colette O'Brien, who is a mom of 7. That's right. Now, it was just recently that the church had reopened after being shut down for over 6 months at this point. She got tired of having to watch the Mass online. Now, she's been a part of this church for over 20 years and had attended daily Mass here, daily Mass at the parish. So she was excited to finally have to go back, but of course, they had a mask mandate, and they were strongly enforcing it as well. Now, she admitted at first when she started coming back to the church, she had the mask on, but she noticed that a lot of the older people there in the church, you know, they kind of had the mask, but it was kind of below their noses so they could breathe better. And she said, you know what? I'm going to do the same thing. She started wearing the mask that way. But the priest was not happy about this. In fact, he even came up to her and even told her that mask needed to be above her nose. She needed to be properly wearing it if she wanted to continue to come to the daily masses there at the church. However, she decided, you know what? I'm going to go do a little bit of research on these masks. So that's what she did. She went home. She looked up research on them. She found out, hey, you know what? You don't really do as much as you say you do as far as protecting people. And look, and I talk about that all the time here. And she said, you know what? I'm done playing these games. I'm not doing it anymore. The priest had sent her a letter on 2 separate occasions in the month of October, 2 separate times. He sends this letter calling her a disturbance and selfish for not wearing the mask in the church, saying that it's disrespectful to the other congregants that are around her. I don't think I've ever heard of anything what someone's called a disturbance for not wearing a mask. How is that disturbing somebody? I don't get that. You know, if you're concentrating, if you're listening, if you're you're in tune with the services going on, I'm sorry, but unless someone is like screaming or yelling or something, I could see that being a disturbance. But not wearing a mask, and it's being selfish. The priest even went so far as saying this is a moral issue. If you truly cared about loving your neighbor, you would wear the mask. Well, she continued to come to the church without the mask on, and that's when the second letter was sent out, where the priest said that if she even thought about entering that church one more time without a mask, well, that he would be calling the police and have her arrested. Arrested! Ladies and gentlemen, I don't care what denomination you are, okay? It's not about that. I'm not even talking about that right now, okay? But whatever denomination you are, if you have a priest, a reverend, an evangelist, whatever title they want to call themselves, a pastor, okay, and they're telling you that they're going to call the police if you even think about coming into their church without a mask on, get away from that church. Don't ever come back to that church, please, okay? These are not individuals. These are not leaders, okay? These are not pastors or whatever, priests that have your best interest at heart. They are operating in fear. Really, they're operating more out of control because they have bought into the lie. They have bought into the lie that those masks are somehow going to save your life when we know it's a lie. We know that it's deception. Well, O'Brien, she actually checked up on this, by the way, and she actually found out from the police that if, in fact, she did enter that church without a mask on, that priest could call the cops and have her arrested. That's how scary this situation really is. She'd be going on private property there. They could call. He could have her taken out. Now, no word yet as far as if she's going to be returning to the church. She said that she's leaving that in God's hand at this time. But she said something that I thought was just great. She said, and I never thought of this before. She said, the church is so focused, at least that's the message they're sending. They're so focused on physical health that those masks are going to keep you in such great health physically, you're going to have to worry about anything, right? She goes, but what good is that when you're spiritually dead? How come nobody talks about being spiritually sick, spiritually ill, or spiritually dead? No one's talking about that. And I thought that was a great point. Because you could try to do everything you can on the outside and being in fear and everything like that. But when you're acting militant towards a member of your congregation, telling them, don't you even think about coming in here without that mask or I'm going to call the police on you. What are you doing to that person on the inside? You might turn that person away from church for the rest of their life. Or worse, turn them away from God altogether. But that's really what they want to do, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? That's the whole goal here. It's about control. It's about adopting this whole New World Order mentality. The Catholic Church is a part of it. The Evangelical Church is a part of it. The Lutheran Church is part of it. The Baptist, all of everybody. You got to be so careful about where you are. Again, look at the surroundings. Look at the churches that you're in. If you're in any of these churches, that's why I do these videos, to bring this to your attention. Because we're no longer living in a day and time where we can just trust and go in any church. It's fine. No, it's apostate church, ladies and gentlemen. It's exactly what it's become. And they're buying into this lie. And they're using it to their advantage. Well, what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comment section. What do you think here about what this priest did to this woman here? Are you proud of her for standing her ground on this? Do you agree with the church? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll be back with more. You guys take care. Please be safe out there. God bless each and every single one of you. And I'll talk with you soon.